Hello and welcome to Broken Entertainment. So today we're going to talk about one of the independent authors that I want to promote here on Broken Entertainment, and that's going to be a theme going forward where it's certainly not going to be every video, but as I find independent authors that I think are really interesting and unique and have something to really add to entertainment, I will be covering them here. And in this video and other future videos, all the links to their stuff will be in the description down below. All of these are by Egao Chan, which I may have horribly mispronounced. I apologize if I have done so, but this is the one that really stuck out to me. And I'll show you all the other ones too. But the cover on this one is absolutely phenomenal. And to the point that I think you could just make it as a poster and sell that too. But really, really incredible. And in every way that you could want a book cover to be awesome. You know, not only does it look interesting and unique, it draws your attention immediately, and the style is different than what you typically see. You've got these interesting characters down here that make you immediately realize you're looking at something a little different than normal. I mean, this is a machine of some sort, and then these people down here look more like your typical fantasy adventurers, and then you got this absolutely awesome dragon up here. Awesome stuff. And so this is Lime's Fable. Even with the blood of vampires and lichens running through his veins, Damien's passion for the great and grand has but long gone. It is only by fate, it seems, that a girl from another world crashes into his world, and brings him into hers. Along this journey, Damien has to face dangerous magical creatures he has never seen before, traverse along an arduous road, and fight alongside a peculiar group of which he becomes a part. He must learn to grow, awaken his potential, and most important of all, find himself and his own purpose. The fate-defying world-breaking dragon awaited at the end of their path, and they are the only ones between it and the world. So great, grabs your attention immediately with the cover, and then an awesome description. It pretty much sets everything up very nicely. It's not very long, it's 146 pages. It's an Asian fantasy with an Isekai twist to it, essentially. And then Poison City Part 1 is another one. Also a good cover, totally different style, of course. Greed, resentment, ignorance. Poison City is one with a long and mysterious history, with 3 distinct districts surrounding the beautiful and ever so tranquil Lake Aqueu. Wealth is the symbol of the Northern District, one of plenty and opportunities. Innovation knows no bounds in the Southwestern District, an area of young passion and minds. The preservation of rich history and tradition is the pride of the Southeastern District. It's a people of culture and familial pride. Layers and layers of scars grow on top of each other. Still, the festering wounds go unhealed. Generations passed, blood and pus became the norm. Detective Marcus Kai had spent the entirety of his career trying to keep the fragile peace while attempting to find his own. But to find it, it seemed, required him to venture deep into the unknown and the formerly invisible and untouchable. So, a little darker from the sound of it. I have not had the opportunity yet to read all these. They're going to be on my list, but I am so far behind on my reading, it's not even funny. But another Eastern fantasy, Asian fantasy type, more in the modern setting, though. I kind of wish Amazon had a better system for that. I mean, Asian is a really big category. It's a really big location. Specifically, these are Chinese influenced. So this one's longer at 448 pages. And then they have Zianxi In. I'm not. I'm gonna mispronounce that horribly, so I'll let that one go. The contemporary novel with magical elements, I believe is what that's saying. He left his home unwillingly to realm of. Okay, so I didn't have a good description of what Xianxia is. I wanted to give you something a little better than Asian superheroes or Asian legendary hero kind of thing. So I looked it up. It means Immortal Heroes is a fantasy TV genre based on Chinese mythology and the concept of the chivalrous spirit. Is a big pop cultural phenomenon in China. So this is a distinctly Chinese setting, again, which is awesome. I think we don't have enough. We don't have enough stuff set in other. I want to say locations in other cultures. We don't have enough stuff set in other cultures, and I think it's awesome to see different cultural elements being brought in, because I don't mean it in the way of like literary agents and stuff talking about, oh, you need to have diversity and blah blah blah. No, it is a natural evolution. This is this person's origin. They come from the area. They are immersed in this culture, and they write in that culture, and I think that's great. And there are those books out there, and you should absolutely give them a try. Start with this author. But I've read several books along those lines, and they're all very compelling and interesting, and it's really interesting to get it from a different cultural perspective. So he left his home unwillingly to a realm of cultivation, Xianshu, mythical manuals, and Tao. And now he's here due to a failed attempt at going home. A place bears a lot of resemblance, but not the same. At least it's close enough here, but I'll get there on my next jump. Jianmin Yu said to himself, while I'm prepping, let me do my old job here for a bit. And there we have it, Xianxi Inn, run by a cultivator who's not of this world. Don't mess with it or its employers. The owner will kick your ass no matter who you are and no matter what you are. The full book of this novel is now available on Amazon. So this is their website on Royal Road, and I will post that link as well if you want to go through there, and you can donate to them, go through PayPal or Patreon. Read it in a different way without having to deal with Amazon, effectively. They get more of the money this way for sure. Amazon is notorious for taking a very large quantity of the royalties that come in. Something to keep in mind. But this author is really creative. They have some really cool stuff that's set in a completely different culture than many people are used to, and I absolutely recommend them. Go give their stuff a shot. All of it has an interesting premise. This is not the kind of thing, particularly this one, it's not the kind of thing you usually see in fantasy, and I think that's great. But man, this cover. Yeah, go give them a try. I mean, this is not the kind of stuff you're going to see in traditional publishing at all, because they're looking for the stuff that's automatic, super common. They're looking for YA. They're looking for, all this stuff. And here you have an independent author that's like, no, I'm going to write what I want to write. I'm not going to write for the marketplace. I'm going to write in my culture, and people will be interested on their own rather than being kind of pushed because of their quote-unquote diversity. So give them a shot, absolutely. If you have read this stuff, let me know. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that in the comments. If you are thinking about it, let me know that as well. But give it a shot. This stuff's going on my reading list, but it'll be a while before I get there. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Ring the bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.